Hi, my name is Ian Moyes, and I wanted to give you a few minutes on the valuable business difference between a conversation and communication. Too often, what I've been seeing happening in business, particularly in today's remote world that we've experienced, driven by the impact of COVID, and by millennials and Zeds who have grown up around technology, texts, WhatsApp, Snapchat, etc., there's a different behavior and verbiage being used. So when you speak to one of your salespeople or someone in the business and ask them, did you speak to XYZ customer? And they say, yeah, I chatted to them yesterday. Stop and pause and just question, when you say chatted, what do you mean? Because quite often what I'm getting is, oh, well, I sent them an email and they sent one back and we exchanged messaging, or we exchanged texts a few times during the day. My interpretation of chatting is we had a conversation. And this is the important point. A conversation and communication are very different. Both have their place and both have value in a business engagement. But a conversation is two-way. You hear the voice and you perhaps see them on video or in person. You get the tonality, you get the human reaction. Communication is precisely that, is I have sent you a communication and you perhaps send one back. So I send you an email and you send one back. But the email that comes back is an interpretation of what I meant by mine and a pre-thought out response. So I might send you an email, for example, with some pricing. How do you feel about that? I'm not really getting how you feel about that, because when you open that email and you immediately react with, oh my gosh, and talk to your colleagues with, Dave, have you seen how much this is? I'm not getting that feedback. What I'm getting is a sanitized version when you get round to responding, if you do respond, of course. Whereas if I'd had a conversation with this, I'd said, Dave, this is the sort of numbers. How does that sound to you? I get an immediate, whether you pause, the tone of your voice, any noises you make, I get the immediacy of your reaction. Another example in customer experience. If someone is complaining, very easy to be a keyboard warrior. And how many times have we seen an email for, oh my gosh, they're angry, or I'm going to reply on email, I'm full. Whereas if you'd had a conversation with that individual, often you find in dealing with the individual as a person, they're not going to shout at you. They're going to express that I'm really not happy about this. Steve, really understand and appreciate where you're coming from. Let me understand. Let me appreciate what you would like us to do. You can put warmth into it and tone. You can hear how they react to when you say that. So a conversation and a communication are very different. I'm not saying either's wrong, but think about what's being used in what scenario and when to use the appropriate method of engagement, and you will get far better outcomes from your business, both in new business, customer success, support, and experience. I hope that is of use.